Good morning YouTube, the Lofty Biker here. I've took a ride up to Damrells. As you know, there's not much new metal about, but one of the few bikes I haven't ridden this year and I've been really dying to have a go on is the Honda Grom. So they've got one, it's 12 months old, but it's identical to the 2022 model. They haven't changed it much at all. So I'm going to take out the 2021 Honda Grom. Here we go, I'll see you in a minute. Good morning YouTube, the Lofty Biker here. What do you think of this? Little red Grom. Let's take this for a spin, shall we? Okay, I've heard a lot about these Groms. I've never actually ridden one. To be fair, it's a bit bouncy, but everything's there. Let's see how we get on. I'm probably the biggest person to ride a Grom. First impressions are, it looks a lot smaller than it actually is. Let's talk about this dash. Right, so the dash, it's LCD. It's got a big gear indicator on the right. It's got a couple of odos, tachometer around the left and up the top, and a digi-speedo. Fuel gauge on the left. Not bad at all. Let's take it around the island. It's very windy today. I'm hoping the sound's good. Oh, it's very chuckable, to be fair. Very light and easy. Not bad at all. Quite impressed. So we'll go off up to my walk around point and I'll tell you a bit about it. Okay YouTube, Lofty's here. This is where I normally put my tripod up and take a shot of me on the bike. It's so windy, I'm frightened of the tripod blowing over, to be fair. But what have we got for you today? We've got the Honda MSX125 Grom. There it is, the little beauty. Dead simple, they don't come much simpler than this. 12-inch wheels, how about that? Let's have a walk round. Nice looking headlight, quite chunky tyres. It's basically a monkey bike in new clothes. I'll show you the dash. There it is, LCD. Just have a quick listen to the pipe. It's very, very quiet on tick over. Where is it? There it is. Your typical 125 fare. Not bad at all. Well, I've got the ignition on, we'll have a go at the horn. There you go, a little weedy horn. So, dead simple. No fly-by-wire, none of that. Dead easy. Cable operated throttle. Start, stop. There's your push button. Non-adjustable. Looks like we've got normal indicators. Don't think there's any LEDs. Come across to the side. High and low beam, horn, indicators. Nice tactile indicator below the horn, as per Mr. Honda. It's not bad. Mickey Mouse ears, looks pretty good, doesn't it? I'll tell you a little bit about it. I believe the Grom was around since about 2013 odd, but it's been altered over the years. To make it Euro 5, they altered it in 21. This is a full Euro 5 model. So from 2021 onwards, you've got the Honda MX125 Grom, which is a 125cc air-cooled. It's only 2 valves per cylinder, and it's a single. It holds a small 6 litres of fuel, don't let that put you off. And it's got a very low seat height of 761 mil. It weighs a very light 103 kilos weight. Now here's the power figures. Wait for it. Don't forget it's 125 compliant for the old A1 licence. It is 10 brake horsepower. Now then, I'll say it again. 10 brake horsepower, be careful. 8.2 foot-pounds of torque. It's got a top speed of around 58 mile an hour with a normal size human being on. I've been told downhill with the wind you can get a bit quicker. You can get around 140 to 150 miles to the tank. Very, very cheap and economical. So let's have a look at the front end. We've got 31mm upside down forks with a 220mm single disc 2-pot caliper ABS, of course. Coming round to the back, on the back end we've got a 190mm single pot caliper, chain drive. I believe it's 5-speed. I'm not 100% certain. I've not gone far on it yet. Now these dicky little tyres, they're lovely, ain't they? On the front we've got a 120/70/12, and on the rear we've got a 130/70/12. On all accounts, Honda have sold 750,000 units since 2013. So what's the bottom dollar? £3,600 will buy you one. That's if you can get one. If you order one now, it'll probably be March, April. Not bad, is it really? I'm quite impressed. The build quality looks quite good. You know, it's probably made in China. It's not bad. Anyway, let's get my helmet on. Take it for a razz. Right, clutch in. Away we go. Yeah, the weather's grim, innit? They said it was going to rain every day for a week last week. It never rained once. Now this is supposed to be sunny spells with the occasional shower. Have a look. It's horrible. Misty, foggy, very, very windy. Although it's not that cold. So, we're all clear on the island. Down the hill we go. It's got a rev light that flashes when it tells you to change gear. It's around the 6,500 mark. So we're doing 50. I've just pulled off, it's down the incline. Easy, easy up to 50. Right. It's quite challenging because it is very windy. I've never known wind like this. Yeah, it's a 5-speed box. I've just confirmed it by looking at the LCD dash. It's a little bit of an overdrive gear for when you're on the motorway. Anyway, here we go down the hill. Put it into the bend. I'll just drop a cog. We've dropped to 45, not thinking about it. It's good fun. It's a 125. Let's face it. Let's be sensible. It's a 125, and a lot of people buy these camper vanners with for a bike to take on holiday with them, put on the back of the camper van or whatever, or people in towns and cities who want to razz in and out quickly. Filtering would be an absolute doddle, absolute no problems at all filtering. I like the chunky tyres, hold quite a nice line to be fair. So move over a bit. Mickey Mouse needs altering slightly. That's a bit better. Drop a cog, we're in third. Doing 30 in third. Round to the lights. They're just going to change to green for me. Oh, here we go. Rock and roll. Oh no, they're changing to red. Bad luck. We'll get them next time. I must say the engine is extremely quiet. It's ticking over and I can hardly hear it. There are two little buttons on the dash. They must be for altering the settings. Here we go. 17.5 stone up quite a steep incline. Into second at 23. Into third at 30. It just won't quite get up to 6. There it is, 6,000 revs, 35 mile an hour. We're in a 50 of course, but it won't pull my weight up to 50 in this zone. But so what? If I was going to work or college, yeah, young kid going to college, enjoy himself. Right, so we'll just drop it down to 30 in third, and it feels quite comfortable. The engine, I'm talking about the engine. Steering's quite positive. Holding a steady 30. Throttle's good. There's no lurching, no fueling issues. Yeah, it's tidy. It's tidy, that is. Like I say, I'm 17.5 stone, 6'5". I've got my rucksack on with all my kit in. I could commute on this. In some ways, it's a little bit more fun than a scooter. Do you know what I mean? It's hard to describe. If you're not the sort of person who's averse to ride, you know, if you don't want to ride scooters, you've got this thing, you don't want to ride scooters, but you wanted something cheap, quick and simple to get to work on, you know, or just have a bit of fun at the weekend, the Underground. Don't miss it out. I'm not sure what the second-hand values are, but generally 125s, if you buy them, they don't lose a lot of value. There's always somebody who's just past the CBT or whatever, and they're looking for a bike, and so it's easy, you know, it's easy to offload them, so don't ever worry about buying a 125. We're going through the town now, nice and steady, sneaking into third. I'm getting used to the gearbox now. Nice little gearbox, typical Honda build quality. Everything's sorted, everything's functional, everything works as it should do. Just drop it back into second up the hill. I think you could ride this in and around towns, semi-countryside, you know what I mean? And I don't think you'll have any problem with people bullying you or trying to push you off. I'll just pull in here, there's a big lorry coming and I don't want to fight with him. It's probably why these young kids are putting these loud pipes on. I must admit they are bloody loud, they get on your nerves going past the house. Thank you, mate. But you can hear them at tick over as well as when they're riding, so I don't know. But as soon as you get up to 4,000 or 5,000 revs, it's quite respectable, the sound, it's alright. Pedestrian in the road, just go past. Here we come, up past the garage to the junction. I've got the wind smacking my face, it's very windy. I'm going to take a right towards Trevisco. Here we go. All clear, so let's see if we can get how fast we can get across here. Shift lights on, it's like I say 6.5, 7. I did get it up to 7.5 then. So fourth gear, we're just pulling 50 now. I suppose they say realistically it is a top speed of 58 mile an hour. I'm doing 54 in fourth. I put it into fifth and it dropped down to about 53. But I'm holding 50. And like I say, it's a strong wind, strong wind. Suspension's a little bit on the crude side. It's bouncy. You get a bit of fork dive, just slow it down. But it's okay. You know, they're budget bikes. What do you expect? If this was your first 125, I don't think you'd be disappointed with this. You'd have some great fun. Bit of engine braking. There we go, round the bend. Here we go, we come down to the junction. We'll take a right through the town. See what it's like at slow manoeuvring. Indicator falls fairly nice, but it ought to be where the all is, say no more. But out. Yeah, it nips up to 30, respectable. So here we go down the hill. That's holding a nice 30 at 5,000 revs, no throttle. Just when I want to test it out in a bit of traffic, they're eating on today, but I'll take it. I like empty roads. We're towards the end of October and the weather's turning, but it's still good fun to be out on a bike. The Honda Grom, how about that? Now normally you do a bit of a third gear roll on up here when you hit the national, but oh go on, I'll try it. So here we go, national speed limit, 30 mile an hour. It's building, it's building. Little bit of breakage, round we go. Back into third. Right, so let's have a look in the mirror. There's nothing behind me. I'm just going to get a back, we're doing 40 odd, I'm going to get a back breaker stab. It did actually lock up. I didn't feel, I'm going to test that again a bit slower. We're doing 30. No, it's locked again. The ABS on the rear is very, very, very crude. I'm having to give it a good stamp. It's only a little single potter, don't forget. Give it a good stamp and it still locked it a bit. So we're doing 40 again. Nothing about front brake. Okay, that's not bad. Bit of dive, but not a lot, but that's not bad. Safe, nice and safe, which is what you want when you're out on your first 125. Drop it in the bend. Round we go. Downhill, steeper than it looks. Up to 40. Here we do. Emergency brake. Yeah, that back end is squirreling. I would say the ABS on the rear is virtually non-existent. No pulsing. It just slows it down and then locks up. And I'm, like I say, 17.5 stone, so it's not like there's no weight on the back end. There's plenty of weight on. Bit of leaf mould here, just be careful. Horrible stuff, leaf mould. Slippy as, well, slippy as anything. Down the hill. We're up to 50, of course it's easy down the hill, no trouble at all. I'm having to put a bit of breakage in. Move over for the lorry. The road's a bit drier here, not bad, and then you get the leaf mould. So drop it down into third, shove it in. Now I'm going to get some revs up the hill. This is steeper than it looks. This is where the little Grom starts to struggle with lofty on it. See if I can get it up to 50. Right, we're hitting 50. I'll just ease the throttle slightly and hold the 50. That's nice, that's smooth. Like I say, it's very windy. It's holding a good line. We're maintaining the 50. Yeah, I like this. I like this little bike. I'll drop it into 50 at 55, see what happens. Immediately the revs drop down, but we're still doing 55 and it's still going uphill. That's respectable, isn't it? Yeah, that's cracking. I must admit, I find this more fun than that 125 equivalent electric bike. And the difference is, you know, you're going to do 150 mile before you even have to put a splash in, and it's only like a gallon and a half tank, if that. It ain't very big, is it? What did I say? 6 litres. It's 4.5 litres to a gallon, so it ain't quite a gallon and a half. So you're going to fill it up quite easily. It ain't going to cost a lot, and you're going to do 150 odd mile. So if you've got like a 20 mile commute each way, you're going to get some mileage before you need to fill up again. Here we are. You do need first gear. You cannot do a second gear pull away. So here we come round the corner on the usual downhill stretch. It looks like they're cutting the grass or something. third gear roll on. Okay, top gear 63. I'll let you have a look. There it is, 62, 63, and I'm not really thrashing it, I'm just holding the speed there. 64, of course we're going downhill. That's respectable, isn't it? You know, if you were 17 it was your first 125, or even if you were 70 and it was your first 125, this is a good fun bike, isn't it? So we'll turn round at the island and come back up the hill and see what it's like. Bit of breakage, front and back, very stable. Okay, the island's empty. We'll whiz it round, I'll keep it in second. Here we go, move across the lane. We're all clear from the left. Right up the hill, that's second, 8,000 revs. Third, 8,000 revs. We're in fourth. We've got the wind in our chest. 6.5, won't go no faster. 49 miles an hour. The wind's getting heavier. We're slowing down. 45. Struggling a bit. It's blowing me all over the place. 44. I'm going to try dropping it one. Okay, so to be fair, whether you're in third gear, fourth gear, it ain't going to go no faster than 45 with somebody 6'5" and 17.5 stone up a 30-degree incline with the wind. So now you know. But it's good fun. We're nearly back. If you've enjoyed the video or any of the videos and you'd like to watch some more, click on the like, ring the bell, subscribe, send me a message, anything. Tell me if you've liked it, tell me if you don't like it, I don't mind. I'll have a chat with you about it. Anyway, we're nearly back at Damrells. I'm hoping my Honda's had the recall sorted. I'll tell you all about that in the next video. So here we are. This is the Lofty Biker saying ta-da for now. Ta-da.